Hello everyone and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host Chad Owens and it is hump day, so you got to come proper. Lots going on in the sports world and we're gonna talk about that here shortly. So sit back, relax. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. After 2 decades as the University of Hawaii baseball team's head coach, Mike Trapasso's time in Manoa has come to an end. Unfortunately, Dave Matlin, University of Hawaii athletic director, notified Coach Tapasso that they would not be extending him and offering him a new contract. So this is sort of a sad time for a lot of these guys, a lot of these players who came in under Coach Tapasso, the past players who've went and played for him, like the Colton Wongs. Those guys have all come up through that system under Coach Tapasso, who has had success during his tenure here at the University of Hawaii. And this is the unfortunate thing about sports, right? It happens at the pro level and obviously at the collegiate level. What have you done for me lately? That is, I really don't like that saying, but that is what it is. I was on that, as a player on the tail end of my career, right? I had my downs, and that's the business side of things, which which is something you just have to deal with as a player and as a coach. As a coach, that it's about winning games. It's about delivering championships. Right? That's, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And yeah, unfortunately, they didn't have the type of season that they wanted. And coming out of this pandemic, you can sort of try to create excuses and throw all of that out there. But bottom line is, there comes a time in every program's, career, college, pro, whatever, where it feels as if it needs something new. A new quarterback, a new receiver, a new coach. And, moving forward, I'm assuming that's the vision that the University of Hawaii has, Dave Matlin. So the big question is, though, who's going to replace Trap, right? Who's going to come in and establish that culture? Is there going to be a different culture? Absolutely. Whenever you have a new coach, in comes a new culture. In comes new assistant coaches. It's all new. And I've been on that side as a football player, experiencing that. And let me tell you, that there's been times where it's helped and it's elevated. It's just a new energy. And that's always good in sports. So congratulations, Coach Tapasso, on an amazing run here. We appreciate you. And good luck in the next thing, if you're going to continue to coach, or, enjoy the fam. And good luck to whoever it is that steps in. Whew, Hawaii, stand up and give a huge round of applause. Throw some shakas up for our very own Jocelyn Allo, former Campbell High softball player, currently at the University of Oklahoma, and she leads the nation with 30 home runs this year. She's going to be playing in the NCAA World Series tourney starting Thursday. What a feat. Becoming the first Hawaii softball player to do these things. And that's a lot to be proud of. Hawaii, I keep saying it, we have got so many amazing athletes that are going on and doing great things, away from the islands. So make sure you guys check that article out as well in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. The staff came together because it takes that much for this type of story. This is big, right? This is a big deal. National honors. So congratulations, Jocelyn. Keep grinding, keep climbing. And I believe she was 7 home runs away from the all-time record. So let's go. Let's keep knocking them out of the park. All right, and Curtis Murayama has a story on a Roosevelt alum and a legend in our wrestling community, Clarissa Chun, the only Hawaii wrestler to earn a medal in the Olympics, and who is part of the USA Olympic team and coach and assistant. And I mentioned this before about the Olympics, the upcoming Olympics. Is it going to happen? Is it better to not have it because of the pandemic and COVID? So this article talks about how Clarissa is in the middle of all of this. Okay, how do you approach it? What are we doing? Coach, what are we doing? All these questions. They're approaching it as if it's happening. You have to, right? Because you can't be in limbo, and if it happens, you're not prepared. So you got to prepare. You got to go after it. And I was happy to see and read that she still gets on the mat and trains with these wrestlers. And she said that she gets her butt whooped, but hey, she's an Olympic medalist. And she has the best and the top experience out of everyone. So of course, they want to roll around with her and get some of those tips and tricks from the greatest to ever do it out of Hawaii. So dive deeper into that article by Curtis Murayama in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Woo, man, Coach K, Duke Blue Devils basketball head coach, is going to call it a career after this upcoming 2021-2022 season. 41 seasons with the program. Coach K is going to go down as probably the most iconic, recognizable coach, not just basketball coach, but just coaches of all time, right? The name, you think of Blue Devil basketball, you think of Coach K. You think of college basketball, period, you think of Coach K. So, man, I'm just still trying to wrap my head around this. 41 seasons. You know, I talked about Coach Trapp. Hey, 2 decades. Seems like a long time. That's only 20 seasons. Not only, but 20 seasons with the program. Most coaches' tenure at a school may go 10, 15, 20 years. You know, hey, go to another school. But man, 41 seasons with the program. That speaks volumes to Coach K's character, what he meant to that university, to the players, recruiting. Yeah, Duke's a powerhouse program, right? Always in the NCAA tournament. You're going to have an opportunity to win a national title. But I'm sure that all those players, they got friends that are up and coming. They got youngsters. They got, hey, what's it like, man? School is great, but man, Coach K is the real deal. Coach K is that dude. That's the type of things that players talk about. A coach doesn't remain and be in that position that long if it didn't mean that much to the players. You know, if I could have played for Coach June Jones my entire career, trust me, I would have, right? I would have. Coach June Jones is that kind of coach for me. And I know that Coach K is that kind of coach for a lot of these players. And a lot of these high school kids coming up, they're looking forward to playing for Coach K, right? The legendary Duke, Coach K. And so with that, I know that these boys are going to be motivated to have Coach K go out on top. So I'm excited to watch Duke this upcoming basketball season. I'm going to be following them very closely. And Coach K, just look, congratulations on a legendary coaching career. And I know it doesn't matter how you finish, right? Because you've had all the success, but we all want you to go out on top. But when it's all said and done, good luck in the future. Go enjoy life, and maybe I'll see you here in Hawaii. Come relax a little bit. Aloha. All right, you guys have to go take a look at Stephen Tsai's article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. He caught up with UH great former NFL receiver of the Miami Dolphins and Cleveland Browns, Devon Bess. Now, Devon had his rise, and as we all do, we fall at times. And he opened up to Steven about his mental health issues, his depression, and some of the things that he had to go through in his personal life that really, he talked about being in a dark place. And I actually got a chance to catch up with Devon as well. Yesterday, we sat down, had lunch, and we just got caught up. And he shared some things with me as well, which I'm sure, and I know he shared with Steven. So you guys are going to be very enlightened by this article. As athletes, we go through ups and downs in life. We go through ups and downs. And I think Devon's story and what he was able to do and how he was able to come out of this, he's not ashamed to share and open up and be vulnerable and talk about his mental health issues, because he knows that it's going to help someone, an athlete, a parent, a brother, someone. He's going to help someone, with that and be inspirational. So you guys got to read that article. And Devon, man, love you, brother. Appreciate you opening up. And man, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud that you were able to climb out of that and work. And to see where you're at now, man, you look amazing, brother. Your family looks great. And I'm just happy to know that you're in a great space mentally, more so than anything else. So love you, man. Hope to catch up again soon. Aloha. The number 2 ranked women's tennis player in the world, Naomi Osaka, has withdrawn from the French Open due to anxiety, depression, mental health issues. I talked about this with Devon, right? I myself dealt with it. A lot of athletes go through it. And I'm happy that more and more athletes, people in general, are opening up about it. Because the first step in recovering from mental health issues, whatever it is speaking on it, is letting people know that you're going through something. And I think the biggest thing is pride. What others are going to think about me. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say that. I can do it. And now that it's out there, now that it's known, hey, maybe, the committees of the Grand Slam, events can back off a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you're required as an athlete to be available for media and all of these. That's why you get paid this, you get paid that. But at the end of the day, athletes, it's high pressure stakes, man. Especially in an individual sport like tennis. She just came off of sort of an unbelievable year where she's sort of taking over the sport. And who knows what she's going through personally. But the biggest thing is that everyone needs to know, fans. I look at these recent events with fans throwing stuff at players at NBA games. Uncalled for. So I think, yeah, there's pressure to perform for athletes from all kinds of sources. And the main thing is everyone outside of the athletics on the court, right? The media, yeah, even some coaches, everyone, fans, you just need to realize that as athletes, we go through a lot. And I think that perspective, this is becoming more and more known. So it's great perspective. So I hope that people start to maybe give athletes a little more space, give them their time, and just show love and support. Lead with aloha, right? And Osaka has a lot of support coming from her direct community, right? The Williams sisters, who's been there, done that, offering support. Right now, you see in this article that came out that, yeah, the Grand Slam tourney is offering support, because at the end of the day, the athletes, no matter if you're a basketball player, football player, baseball, soccer, tennis, golf, whatever it is, you are the product. Without the athletes, There is no TV deals. There is no sponsorship dollars coming in. There is none of that. So realize that, right? So as athletes, we need to realize that as well. Say, hey, if I need to take a break, I'm going to take a break. I need to step away, step away. I need to speak out, speak out. So, man, just hats off to you, Naomi, for doing that. And all athletes. Again, Devon, I mean, we got to speak out more about this topic. And that's the first step in healing, and just letting people know what you're going through. So, let's go. Whew, yeah, sort of a heavy segment today. You know, I think it's one that we can all feel and take a look in the mirror and do all of those things, right? In understanding sports a little bit better, understanding athletes a little bit better, gaining some perspective, you know? But look, that's it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Spread that good gospel about the CO2 rundown and how much you're loving this show. I appreciate you. I thank you. And I'm going to see you all on Aloha Friday.